Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace, blessing and mercy of Allah upon all of you. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. I seek refuge with Allah from the Satan, the stone. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. With the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of International Islamic Propagation Center, I, Muhammad Shahrukh, would like to welcome you all to tonight's lecture topic entitled with What Al-Quran Says About Hajj Pilgrimage. I would like to tell you the format of the lecture. You all have been provided with a reference booklet of the tonight's lecture. If you open your booklet, on the right hand side is the ayat and on the left is the translation in English. Brother Muhammad Shaikh will be explaining these ayats and elaborating within his talk. If any questions comes into your mind during his lecture, please, I request you not to interrupt within the lecture. You will be given sufficient time to ask your questions in the question and answer session after the lecture. Without any further delay, I would request Brother Muhammad Shaikh to come up on the stage and deliver his lecture, What Al-Quran Says About Hajj Pilgrimage. Brother Muhammad Shaikh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and blessings of Allah to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. I seek refuge with Allah from the shaitan, the stone. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. With the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. The topic is what Al-Quran says about Al-Hajj, the pilgrimage. The translation of Al-Hajj is the pilgrimage, generally translated. But within that word, it contains an explanatory meaning. Since there are many pilgrimages in the different religions of the world, there are certain rules and regulations in any pilgrimage. Since we Muslim community also do pilgrimage, so the definition that comes in our mind by the verses of the Quran, I have written down on that piece of paper. Al-Hajj, the pilgrimage, it is a short or long journey to Mecca, Mina, Arafat, Muzdalifah, and also Medina, especially for those who undertakes the plea for the mercy from Allah by reasoning, debating, arguing with ourselves in order to overcome our self-carved concept of idols and to defeat our weaknesses in the nearness of Allah and to convince ourselves with the evidence about Allah, the Creator, the messengers and the angels, the last day and the book Al-Quran. This is the purpose while visiting Al-Hajj. This you must consider, these are the words that are translated, the meaning of the words Al-Hajj. Pilgrimage, you understand, doing some obligations and duty. What is the purpose? I've just write down this. Secondly, I will first explain to you the types of 3 Hajj. There are types of Hajj. all of these three are confirmed by the Quran. Number one, you will hear the format of the Hajj. Everything what we do during Hajj, I will first explain the concept, and as well as then you will have the photographs are being provided so that you can understand people who have gone to Hajj or who have not gone to Hajj, they can follow what I'm speaking about. The concepts will be discussed by the ayahs, and the relative relation of the other things I will convince by the photographs. Both by side we'll try to do so. So first of all, there are three types of Hajj. When I'm saying this, then we will later on confirm by the ayahs. Hajj Firad. This is the Hajj performed by the locals or the residents of Mecca. And they perform Hajj alone. And they perform in 2 days. 2 days. Hajj Qiran, where Umrah and Hajj are joined together. I'll explain it later on, but just you understand where Umrah and Hajj are joined together. In other words, we have to perform Umrah as well. So once we are in Ihram, we don't open the Ihram. We are in the Ihram. And after performing the Umrah, we still carry that Ihram till Hajj. So that is the Umrah and Hajj joined together. Then there are certain people who perform Hajj Tamattu, which means after performing Umrah, you can take off your Ihram. The responsibilities and duties that are mentioned in the Ihram, they are not there anymore. But on the first day of the Hajj, then again you wear the Ihram. That is the difference. So those, I'm repeating, the first Hajj, that the first means the number, people, the residents in Mecca, they perform the Hajj in 2 days. They don't perform Umrah. Then the Hajj Quran as Umrah and Hajj are joined together, and they are in the Ihram all the time. And Hajj Tamato is after Umrah, Ihram is removed and wear new Ihram on the first day of Hajj. Normally in Pakistan, from people who go, they perform like this, Hajj Tamato. Anyway, it all depends what type of a person and the strength he has to perform. Now, I will describe in my own words. What I am describing in my own words, then we'll confirm the Quranic ayats later. You see, the first day of Hajj is on the 8th Zilhijjah, the first day. What is Zilhijjah? Is from Mecca after the sunset of the 7th. You see, there's a lunar day and a solar day. The lunar days and the solar days are different. So we perform Hajj and Umrah, and Ramadan month is by the lunar day. So the lunar day starts from the sunset of the sun. So on the day, the 7th day, in the daytime, when the sun set, it becomes 8th. 8th is the first day of Hajj, in the night, after Maghrib prayers. So from that time, that is the first day, 8th Zilhajj. So what we do after the sunset, that is on the 8th, we travel from Mecca to Mina. From Mecca to Mina. After Maghrib prayers or after Isha prayers or even in the morning Fajr prayers. It all depends upon the people's, because there are groups, massive people, they travel from Mecca to Mina on the 8th day. And they arrived in Mina before the sunset, because then the night will start. Before the sunset, they have to arrive in Mina. Every person who is performing Hajj, they have to arrive in Mina on the 8th of the same day. After the sunset in Mina, the whole day they have to remember Allah. That I will discuss in the ayahs. The whole day you have to remember Allah. Now, after sunset is the 9th of Zilhijjah. The day start, I'm saying night, but the day starts of the month of lunar calendar. So after sunset in Mina, we travel to Arafat. Now, after sunset means after Maghrib or after Isha or after Fajr. But you have to be there before Zohar timings. Every person has to be in Arafat before the Zohar prayers. That means the time after sunset in Mina, you have to travel to Arafat before the Zohar prayer. The time is about 10 or 12, something like that. So now, when you are in Arafat, that is the 9th Zilhijjah. There is a mosque by Masjid Nimra, and the Imam shortened the prayers of Zohar and Asr, twos and twos. They joined together, Asr 2 and Zohar 2. The prayers of Asr are joined with Zohar. That means in the afternoon, at Zohar prayers, the Imam leads the prayer, and that Imam is also performing Hajj, mind you. He's also performing the Hajj. So he leads the prayers of 2 Zohar, shortened prayer, Qasr prayer, shortened prayer, Qasr prayer, and then after that, immediately he prays for Asr, 2 prayers. And after that, you have to stay and remember Allah. Whatever is in detail, we will look into the ayahs. Till Maghrib, Zohar and Asr are joined at about 12:15, 12:30. After 12:30, you will remember Allah. That I'll discuss in the ayahs. And then, as the Maghrib time starts, you have to move. Everybody has to move to Muzdalfa, another place, Muzdalfa. And there you have to join in Isha, because when you travel from Arafat to Muzdalfa, you don't have to pray Maghrib in Arafat. You have to reach Muzdalfa, and there the Isha prayer, with the Isha prayer, you join the Maghrib. But you do not shorten 3 prayers of the Maghrib, but the 4 prayers of Isha are shortened into 2. There in Muzdalfa. And after praying these 2 prayers, you have to pick up 7 pebbles or 7 stones, 7 3 are 21 pebbles. You pick up these 21 and you have to spend the night in Muzdalfa. Meaning, this is the 10th Zil, when you reach Muzdalfa is the 10th. So it is the 10th. And in that 10th, you have to pick up the stones or pebbles that you are going to, after then you have to go to Mina to strike the idols or the Jamarat. But here I just want to make a point. We all know that there are 5 days of Hajj. I will prove from the Quranic ayahs how there are 5 days, but I'm just giving you an example to educate you here. If a person, and we have to also shave ourselves in the Hajj, there are 2 conditions attached to people who have got some problem in their heads. There's some sickness in the head, they cannot shave their heads. So they have to fast 3 days. They have to fast 3 days. Among the 5 days, 5 days are of Hajj. They have to fast 3 days in Hajj. So 2 days we have just come to know this. This is 2 days. First day is 8th Zilhaj, 9th is second day. Okay? So now, if a person knows that he cannot shave his head, a woman or a man, because of the sickness, he has to fast 3 days in Mina. Who are not the residents of Masjid al-Haram, who are not the settlers of Masjid al-Haram, Mecca, who have come from all parts of the world. So he have to decide in Muzdalifah that if I am not able to shave my heads, or if I cannot slaughter or sacrifice or give hadiyah, then also he has to fast for 3 days in Mina. There are 2 conditions attached. Either you cannot shave your head because of sickness, you have to take the decision here right now in Muzdalifah that I will fast the 3 days in Mina later on. That is total 5 days, 2 days, and the 3rd day. So this is very important. Meaning there are 2 conditions attached. One is that if you cannot shave your head because of the sickness, and if you cannot, not able to have this, to slaughter or give hadiyah to Allah, you do not have the means to give hadiyah to Allah from ancient time and still today, because there is a huge mass of people. People sometimes do not find to slaughter the goat. So if that is the condition attached to you, so you better well have to do sari in Muzdalifah for fast. So now, and after the Fajr prayers, you have to stay the whole night in Muzdalifah. You cannot travel, you have to stay there. And from in the night, after Fajr prayers, you have to travel to Mina. That is the 3rd day carried. The 3rd day is carrying. And once you come to Mina, then you have to strike the pebbles, 1 or the 3 of the 3 or 3 7s are 21, or 3 of them one by one. But first day you have to do Rami, throw the pebbles to one of the idols, and then you have to go for slaughter of the cattle. And once you have slaughtered the cattle, then you have to shave. Normal condition I am describing. And after you are shaved, the same day, mind you, it is the 10th Zilhij. On the 10th day, Zilhij, you have traveled from Muzdalifah to Mina, and after striking and shaving, you have to go to Mecca. The 3rd day, I am talking about the 3rd day, that is the 10th Zilhij. The 3rd day is the 10th Zilhij. First is hit the pebbles to the idol, then you go and slaughter and then shave. And after you shave, you remove your ihram, and then you have to move to Mecca to do Tawaf Ziyarat Wida. The important thing is, this 3rd day is the Hajj Akbar among the 5 days. There are 5 days in the Hajj. Hajj Akbar is the 3rd day. This is very important to know, because there are 5 days and the 3rd day is the Hajj Akbar. So now on the 11th and the 12th of Zilhij, people who have to stay back for 3 days, they just have to strike the 7 pebbles to the other idol, and then they stay there in Mina. Then the other 5th day just have to strike the pebble. These 3 days, if you have not able, first you have to strike the pebble on the 1st day. If you are not able to do it on the 1st day, or you cannot slaughter the animal, so you expect to do it on the 2nd day. If people cannot slaughter the animal, they have to stay back for 2nd day or the 3rd day. These 3 days are kept for people who have gone from all over the world to slaughter the animal for 3 days. They have to look for the end striking, doing Rami, or throwing the stone to the idols. So for 3 days are there. If you cannot afford it or you cannot do it, then you have to fast in this 3 days. And the 7 days are also mentioned in the Quran that you go back to your places where if you come from, you have to complete those 7 fasts. Total is 10 days. 3 days in the Hajj and 7 days when you come back to your place, wherever you live. So this I'm just trying to explain to you in my own words.